In today's episode of Behind the Shot, we'll take a look at how I made this image of Caitlin at my studio. Let's get right into it. My main workhorse camera at my studio for the past few years has been the Sony Alpha 7R5, so that's what I used for this session. Having 61 megapixels is great for those situations where I might need to crop into the image, and the autofocus performance makes these shots a lot easier. Since I had an early copy of the new 28 to 70mm f2 G Master lens, I decided to give it a try. This lens could easily be one of two lenses that I exclusively shoot my studio portrait work with, mainly because of the amazing optics and insane image quality that's possible with this, and of course, the Alpha 7R5. Now, let's talk about the studio setup. For the background, I'm using a Westcott X-Drop system, which I use often these days. It's fast to set up and it supports large backdrops like the one that I'm using here from a company called Intuition Backgrounds. They make custom backdrops for the Westcott system that look great. For my lighting, I mixed things up from one shot to the next. Most of the images were lit with a Nanlite Forza 720 inside of their large softbox. It puts out a lot of light, but I mainly choose to shoot with these lights anytime that we're capturing video. Behind Caitlin, I have a Nanlite Forza 300 inside of a Harlow strip box, which I will use to add a bit of an edge light to separate her from the background whenever needed. I also had a silver reflector that I used to add some fill for the close-up shots, as well as adding some interesting catch lights. Now here are some of my favorite images from the session with all of the camera settings, starting with what the image looks like coming straight out of the camera, and then my final edit. I used a combination of programs in my editing process, starting with Capture One, and then finishing off the image using Evoto, Exposure X7, and of course, Photoshop. Let me know if you have any additional questions about this setup or my process, and be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on everything happening in the Alpha universe. If you want to learn more about the camera and lens that I used in this shoot, check out the videos that you see here on the screen, and I'll see you there.